All right, hey everyone, welcome to today's meeting. Before we start, if you hear me, please type a 1, 2, 3 in the chat so I know that I'm not talking to myself. But while we wait for that, thank you all for joining me today. My name's Alex. I'm the president of Hypernova Solar, if you were not aware of that. Today is the 9th of April, Friday. Thank you all for joining me. Okay, I see a bunch of 1, 2, 3s in the chat. Great. So now I can get started with the presentation. Cool. So this is the 12th meeting of this semester. We are kind of getting to the end of the semester here. So we're going to talk a little bit about, today's, not just today's plans, but plans for the summer. No game of Kahoot today, just because I want to get through some stuff and get straight to the meeting. But yeah, only a few weeks left of the semester, then we start summer, which should be fun. Cool. So just getting into some updates. So we are having an in-person meeting tomorrow. I'm going to hide my webcam just so you can read the rest of that text. So the attendance tomorrow is myself, Chloe, Abigail, Mike, and Patterson. So we can't take anyone else. Johnny did email me and ask for me to limit it to 3 people. But since we already have 5, I'm gonna bring you 5. But Mike and Patterson, I'm probably gonna have you all work mostly at the front of the building tomorrow. You guys could come into the workshop, briefly to see how things are going, and we could probably, swap out people. I don't need to be in the workshop the entire time. I could be up at the front of the building, but just be aware of that. So these are the 5 people coming tomorrow. If you're interested in making one of these in-person meetings, please let me know, and I'll put you on the list for future weeks. So just briefly about summer plans. We are planning on being active over the summer, just so you all are aware. Like Hypernova Solar does not shut down during the summer like other organizations. If anything, we become more active over the summer. This is an all-year project. One of the things that we really want to do over the summer as well is get back into more in-person meetings. So we're probably going to have we're going to move our general meetings from being virtual to being mostly in person. We're probably going to start having maybe 2 or more in-person meetings per week over at the build space. We're still in the early planning stages on how that will work, how many people could show up, what the requirements are going to be, what the safety precautions are going to be. So we're going to be sending out a survey sometime next week that I ask everyone to fill out. It'll basically be asking, like, are you interested in coming to in-person meetings over the summer? Are you going to be in the area? So on and so forth. If you're really interested in doing in-person work over the summer and you might have not been able to make it to in-person meetings yet this year, please let myself or Mike know, and we'll get you all the information you need on that. But be prepared to fill out that survey when it's released next week. This is just another message that we said last week. Did I spell meeting wrong, Abigail? I might have. So we have a bunch of money left over in the RSO account. If we do not spend it by the end of the semester, it gets wasted. So if you all have anything that's worth $517.28 that you want us to purchase, basically free of charge because it's George Mason's money, not ours, please let me know. Technically, we're not allowed to spend anything that wasn't budgeted for, but like if it's something very similar to something else on the budget list, they might not notice it. So basically, if you're like on the suspension team and we need something new for suspensions, let me know. Or if you need something for the tires or something else mechanically, we could probably get that purchased. Just let me know as soon as possible. Sub-team meetings for the week. Same as last week. Frame, we're still deciding what days and times Frame should meet. So hopefully we'll get that figured out next week. Logistics, completely forgot about the logistics meeting next week. But hopefully we could talk about when to do that, this coming week. So just some updates from sub-teams and different goals. So for the Frame sub-team, first off, the twins will not be here today. The twins are celebrating their birthday, so make sure you wish Sean and Anish a happy birthday on Discord. But today I mostly want to talk about making sure we're still passing all impact regulations. So Matt, if you're here, we could go over that a bit. I know Interior needed a new bar for mounting the harness points, so let's get that modeled in. And if anyone here for fabrication, like Edwin, if you're here, we need to really get the plan together for how we're going to weld this thing, given the metal that we have. So I would like to get fabrication plans put in place for people who are interested in fabrication. For the electrical sub-team, not much. We did get the new BMS in this week, so if you are working on Orion or the pasta sauce BMS, I did get that in. It didn't come in with any documentation, so good luck figuring out how this thing's supposed to work. I don't know how you're supposed to pass 40 amps of current through this tiny little module, but y'all got to figure that out. So good luck. Suspension sub-team, I'm going to be working on modeling these coilovers tomorrow, so I'm going to take those with to the build space and get those modeled out. But let me know what other changes we need to make. What are we going to do with the steering rack? Have we decided whether we're buying a new one or not? Are we manufacturing our own? Are we going to sell this old one? What's the plan? And then also, start preparing for fabrication. What metal do we need to buy? What other things do we need to buy? So we can actually start welding these suspension control arms together. Belt printer, good progress on the belt printer this week. We've purchased a lot of stuff, so I purchased like $1,000 worth of stuff for the belt printer this week, including the linear rails, the build tack sheet, screws, nuts, bolts, bearings, whatever. Thank you to Kareem, who on Tuesday helped get all these bars CNC'd for the belt printer. So that was a huge help because I couldn't be there to do that. So really, it's just left for me to finish the remaining 6% of the CAD. Kareem's 3D printing the parts that we need to actually assemble the printer, and then it's just assembling and testing and waiting for some of these other things to come in. Cool. So that's really it for all the updates for today. So if you all need me, I'll be jumping around the different rooms. I'll probably start out in the frame channel, and then jump down to some of the other meetings. Just shoot me a message on the Discord if you need me. Otherwise, we will be jumping over there. So yeah, that's the end of the live stream. I forget